the other generations didn't get salvation in their time period. We got it in our time period. So that opportunity is there. But, and you could even say all Israel had an opportunity. But truth be told, the Heavenly Father has an elect that he knew from the beginning. Jeremiah 1:5. I tied it in and didn't realize I tied it in. But we have to deal with it because we don't have a choice in this, like you didn't have a choice in this. But the opportunity is for this generation, regardless. So you're going to be judged because the opportunity was given during your generation. Just like, matter of fact, read that. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in thy belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth.
Let's say it like this. Before I formed thee in the belly, I chose your spirit. Go ahead.
And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
I cleansed thee.
And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Hold there. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So we didn't unto our own people. We didn't have a choice in this. We were chosen to do this. Like you don't have a choice about when you crucified him and you didn't, but the opportunity was given in this time. And you gotta pay the tab for what your forefathers did. Or for the deeper brother to get it, for what you did in your past life. When you allowed your house to be crucified. I'm trying to think what that scripture's at.
Somebody gotta wash the dishes.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you want something that you know?
No, I already put mine.
Get Romans 9
Got it.
and start at 6. Start at 6. Matter of fact, don't start at 6. Start at matter of fact, start at 8.
Romans 9 and 8. This is they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God.
Now the 2/3 are not the children of the Most High. Now you are children of the Most High, but not yet. Because you've been given over to your father the devil, which led you into sin and made you a 2/3. Though you come from the flesh of Israel. So you are of Israel, but according to flesh, you will be a king and a priest in the kingdom of heaven. But you're not of the elect on this side. You're not of the children of God on this side. He didn't give you, the Most High didn't give you unto Yahweh on this side.
Yeah, there's a difference between the Israel and you got the Israel of the Most High, man.
Right.
The Israel of the Most High is the chosen, the elect. And the rest of the nation are just Israelites, you know? You know? They're part of the 2/3, man. They ultimately gonna be saved, but right now, mercy and grace is pertaining to the elect. They're gonna be the ones to see the salvation when the Lord makes his return and all hell breaking loose on the planet Earth, you know? The elect is gonna be the ones that's gonna be preserved and saved up out of it.
Right.
You know, point in case, the nuclear destruction. When America gets destroyed, you know, those of them that are of the elect here in America, they ain't gonna taste of those missiles. They're gonna be delivered. They're gonna be shot up into those ships.
Huh.
But if you not of the Israel of the Most High, you're gonna taste of those missiles. You know. Hey, and the Lord said, you know, blood, you know, it defiles the land, man. And when Jake gave up Yahweh Shai, they basically shed blood, man. Right. Even though it was Esau that he did it, you know, he carried out the act, but Jake was still responsible.
And Pontius Pilate said, hey, just so you know, the blood ain't on my hands. Exactly. We're going to execute what you asked us to do, but it ain't on our hands. It's on y'all that did that.
That's right. That's right.
And the Romans been keeping everything intact since then. They the ones got all the artifacts and everything else. They hung them up there. So they the ones got everything, man. the thorn, a crown of thorns, everything. Want me to keep going, bro?
We'll read to the end of 8. Read 8 again.
Romans 9 and 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Right. Now, to tie it in, get that point, but to tie it in, now that the more excellent ministry, when you go into Hebrews, I believe the 8th chapter or the 7th chapter. I think it's the 8th chapter. When it's talking about the new covenant with a more excellent ministry. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about for all Israel, because Moses had the covenant for all Israel. Now that still stands, but there's going to be an elect out of that ministry, more devoted to the Most High. That's what we're talking about here. Go ahead and read that.
In St. John 17 and 6, I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world.
Which thou gavest me out of the world. And that word world right there is Greek, and it's cosmos. That don't mean all the whole world. That's an organization of a certain type. And that's talking about Israel. That world is the world of Israel, of the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, Negroes and Hispanics. Today, that's what they're called. Go ahead.
Thine they were.
Thine they were. They were yours. Go ahead.
And thou gavest them me.
And they gave us to Yahweh Shai. This is Yahweh Shai's people, right? Yep, red letter. And now they give them to Yahweh Shai. He's the mediator for us, not for all the 2/3. Go ahead.
And they have kept thy word.
And they have kept my word. Keep on.
Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me. And they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee.
Yep.
And they have believed that thou didst send me.
Yep.
In St. John 17 and 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
That's that same cosmos world. I don't pray for the whole nation of Israel. I pray for them, the elect of Israel. Keep on.
But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
They are from the Most High. That's what we read in what was that we read that at? No, St. John. Romans 9 and 8.
No, 9 and 8.
About children of the Most High. They are thine. We are the children of the Most High. If you're of the elect, you're not just the children of the flesh. You're those that He chose in spirit, that He gave to Yahweh Shai. Go on.
And all mine are thine. And thine are mine.
Yep.
And I am glorified in them.
Yep.
And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world.
Because the difference between the elect and regular Israel is we don't do nigga shit, man. We ain't niggas like that. We don't partake in the things that the 2/3 partake in, or that we used to partake in. We have a different creed and code to go by now, which is these scriptures, these statutes, laws, and commandments of these scriptures. We have someone higher up to answer to, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is the Most High in the name of the Son. Come on.
St. John 17 and 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world.
We are no longer dealing in that nigga shit we used to deal with. The same friends of the world and family that's into that worldly nigga shit, we don't deal with them no more. We are completely separate from them. That's why the scriptures say they think it's strange that we run out with them. Because we ain't run into the same excess of riot, and I forgot whatever else it says. But we don't do the same things you do for the same bullshit ass reasons you do. We do something on a higher spiritual level. You know, we don't partake in that BS no more. Go ahead, bro.
And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are.
That we may be one on one accord as the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai is. So that we are joint heirs connected to that oneness through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Shai. That's what connects us all. That means if you don't see the Most High doing some shit, then you shouldn't be doing it either. If you didn't hear of Yahweh Shai doing it, then you shouldn't be doing it either. Because they wasn't up there trying to appease people and just trying to, like what he said about his family. He didn't give a shit that his mother and his brothers came up. Hey, these are my mother and my brothers. Those that do the will of the Heavenly Father. I don't care what they got to say to me right now. That's it on that. Yeah, come.
So Galatians 6 and 16. It says, and as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy.
To the elect, not to the whole nation of Israel, but to the elect. And don't try to slide in and say that you heathens is of the elect. You got to be, like the dude last week, you got to be a spiritual Israelite. No, you have to be according to the flesh. And the Most High has to be dealing with you once you're in the flesh. You know, according to being in the flesh, you also have to be in the spirit. You have to have chosen you out of that. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and upon the Israel of the Most High.
Upon Israel of the Most High. Go back to yours, bro. That was it. Go back to Romans 9 and 8.
Romans 9 and 8. That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God.
There's a distinction between the children of the flesh, which is of Israel. You're talking about Israel here, but they're not of the Most High. They're not the children of the Most High. The elect are the children of the Most High, because the Most High gave them to Yahweh Shah to give salvation unto them. That's why it's the elect. Keep going.
These are not the children of God, but the children of the promise, accounted for the seed.
Right. You're not the children of the Most High, but you are going to receive the promise that he passed down from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You still going to get that though, but you're not of those that deserve salvation. You are of the 2/3 that will get will see destruction first, and then come into the promise. Keep reading, bro.
Verse 8.
Verse 9.
But this is the word of promise. At this time I will come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah have also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac.
That's why the promise was passed down. Keep going.
For the children, being not yet born, neither have done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand.
Right. Now this is also one of them things that you notice now talking about that brothers use it pertainingly to Esau. But it also goes for the 2/3 and the elect. It's a difference there. And it said according to election, which ties it all in anyway. Because those of the elect were elected to have salvation. Those that were not of the that are of the 2/3 are meant to see destruction. Then they can come into the promise that was given unto our forefathers. Keep reading, bro.
Okay.
Because you 2/3 are niggas. The Lord ain't dealing with no niggas, man.
Matter of fact, I want to clear something. When you was reading Romans the 9th chapter, where you're talking about the children of the flesh.
Yeah.
Now, the 2/3 eventually are the children of the Most High. Right. They're just not going to get the first resurrection. They're not going to get the salvation. You know what I'm saying? But when we read about the children of the flesh, it was comparing between the seeds of Abraham.
Right.
And the seed of the flesh was Ishmael, and the seed of the promise was talking about Israel.
Right.
Just to clear it up.
Just so brothers ain't think we're taking it too far out of context.
Right.
That's why
I'll back it up.
Right.
It's, Galatians chapter 4, verse 22. It says, for it is written that Abraham had 2 sons, the one by a bondmaid, the other by a free woman.
That was Isaac.
But he who was of the bondwoman was born after the flesh. But he of the free woman was by promise.
Right, and if you go back and you read up, matter of fact, go up and tie that in, read up, I think, around 6.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to start it when you first said it, too.
Right, that's how I said it, but then I was trying to skip the whole Ishmael part and go into the 2/3, the difference between 2/3.
We better start at 5. Start at 5.
But it's in 5. But what you were trying to say, it's in verse 6.
Right.
The point is in verse 6.
Right.
4, 5, 6, all of them, really.
Get 6.
Get
6.
6, okay.
Start at 6.
Here we go. Romans 9 and 6. Not as though the word of God have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are Israel.
That's the point.
I got you.
That's the point right there.
Yeah.
Right.
You got the Israel of the Most High, and then you just got Israel, plain Israel.
Yeah.
That's the niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're princes of the power, but right now they're not representing right.
Right.
Like they got a power. They out here a bunch of degenerates, a bunch of dumbasses involved in heathen nigga activities, man.
Right.
They're separate from the Israel of the Most High.
Weed smoking, cane
Yeah.
banging, drug selling,
Yeah.
you know, helping each other's women.
Yeah.
All types of just nigga shit. Things that we don't do no more.
Hey, like you,
Being extra carnal.
yeah. Like all you Hebrew groups that's trying to push for all Jake, for all black people, you're calling for regular Israel. You're not calling for the Israel of the Most High, man.
Right.
If you just concerned with black people and trying to get black people to get right,
It ain't gonna happen.
it ain't gonna happen, man. You calling for Israel and not the Israel of the Most High.
It'll never happen.
You know, we trying to, the difference between us and y'all is we trying to reach the ones that the Lord gave to Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
We trying to open their ears up so they can come into the fold, man. We ain't finna just bring anybody to Yahweh Shai, man. We ain't finna just bring any old nigga in. It's about waking up the chosen. And eventually, all the chosen, they're gonna wake up. You know? The 2/3, they rejected Yahweh Shai 2,000 years ago. So this is not really for them. And you can tell in the spirit who they are, man. Because if they got ill will towards this word, man, they don't like what this word speak about, then 9 times, 10 times out of 10, they wasn't with Yahweh Shai back then, man. They didn't follow him. You know? They were part of the crowd that was persecuting him. You know? And now they back here on the planet today, waiting for their blood to be avenged, man. Waiting for Salakia, waiting for their blood to be shed because the Lord's coming back to avenge his blood, man.
That's right. To cleanse Israel.
Yep.
Y'all got blood of Yahweh Shai in y'all hands. 2/3.
Yep. And the blood of the prophets, man.
And the blood of the prophet. That's right. So where was we at? Oh, brother was still
Yeah, that was it.
That was it on that.
That
You
was
wanna go
it.
to 7?
Right, yeah, that is my last one. You have something? No?
Yeah, I had something extra, but if you
Go
have
ahead.
reset,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
there's Salakia. Let me go back. It's 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 32. It says, I sent unto you my servants, the prophets, whom you have taken and slain,
Yep.
and torn their bodies in pieces.
That was 2/3 did.
Yep.
They took the prophets and don't forget Yahweh Shai was a prophet. And slain and torn them into pieces. Go ahead.
Whose blood I will require of your hands,
They
saith
that
the
pierced
Lord.
him, will your blood be required at his hand, at Yahweh Shai's hand?
They said, let his blood be upon us.
Yep.
Crucify him.
So, yeah, that's
You know?
cool. We'll take it.
That's, you know.
More than that.
No, that was just more.
Okay, yes.
Thus saith the Almighty Lord, your house is desolate.
Uh-huh.
I will cast you out as the wind doth stubble,
I will make you into some niggas.
and your children shall not be fruitful, for they have despised my commandment and done the thing that is evil before me.
You will fall into these curses.
Salakia. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them.
Hey, that means we gon' the elect is gonna birth the rest of you 2/3. You're gonna come out of their loins to cut to a chase.
Thank you for visiting
You know?
Trend Bazaar Shops. Join us again at midnight tonight.
Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me, yet shall believe me, to whom I have shewed no signs, yet shall they do that I commanded them.
Right. That's the elect.
Designed to mark the discovery of a new day.
They have seen no prophets, yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them.
Yep, acknowledging our offenses again. That's what we come out here to do. We acknowledge, we never forget what we did, but